soften up the mess. Drop it in the water, let the daughter find her image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, revealing.
The last thing I want to share is that you do not have to show up like anybody else, right? I think the most confident woman is the woman that is authentic to who she is, the woman that is true to herself. Hey, y'all. So in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about just some of my favorite tips and things to do to bring out more class, more modesty, and also just more poise as women. I think that it is very important to be mindful of the environments you're going into, how you're dressing for those environments, whether it be for work, for school, parent-teacher conferences, whether it be for a date. All of those things, I think it's always important to consider the environment and the setting you're going to be in. So today I'm going to share a few of my tips that I love that you can probably implement to bring more class and more modesty and more poise into your wardrobe in your presentation of showing up. If you haven't noticed by now, presentation here is so important. I love things that are pretty. I love making myself pretty. I love making my events pretty. I don't know. It just gives off an experience, in my opinion, an experience that is memorable to people. It's almost like how back in the day, your grandmother or your mother had just a signature scent. And I know for my mom, it was white diamonds. Like we always had to get her white diamonds. And so that is what we're going for when we're talking about just tips and tricks on how to look more poised and more classy in today's video. So let's get into it. So number one, I want you to think about what you want to give off, right? Like what makes you feel naturally beautiful? That's going to vary for everybody. And I say that because we can get so caught up in like trends and buying certain things. That's really not us. That really does not make us feel pretty. That makes us feel like we're uncomfortable. And so I want you to think about like when you are getting dressed, what are those pieces that you feel the most comfortable, but yet pretty and elevated in? And I want you to take that and build off of that. I am a huge neutral person. I love a lot of blacks. I love a lot of whites. I love classic pieces that I can kind of mix and match together, so that I have like different options to wear. But also I love outfits that I can also wear to church and work. Just more pieces that are universal. And then I also love statement pieces. And I have found myself to get into color. So I feel like as women of color, sometimes we're kind of afraid to like play in color, but play in color because color really, really looks good on us, especially like our oranges, our reds, our hot pinks. So think about those things when you are wanting to add to your wardrobe. Think about the things that make you feel pretty, make you feel beautiful, but are true to you. So that's number one. Number two, I also want you to have a signature hairstyle. A hairstyle where regardless of if you are in between, let's say blessings, I'll say that you're in between blessings, meaning you're in between paychecks or in between, your next contract deal and you need to have your hair done. Find that signature hairstyle that you can do on your own that is going to allow you to be put together. For me, I love a good silk press. I have been a silk press person for a very long time. I know we have this thing that's called like being a straight natural, and I feel like I've tapped into that long before I knew there was a term for it, because we make a term for everything now. But I went into being a straight natural because my daughter is natural, and having to do both of our hair is it's a lot. So I was like, I would rather keep her hair in its natural state for the most part and let me straighten out my hair. So I love a good silk press, and in between that, I love a good slick back. Now keep in mind, it is not good to slick back your hair all the time because you will get breakage. Listen, I got some breakage recently, so you guys are going to see me a little bit more with my hair out in the following videos. But find you a signature hairstyle, something that is going to keep you put together, like I said, in between blessings. The other thing I want you to think about is your makeup look. If you are a makeup person, there are a lot of things out there that you can try, that you can do, but are they for you? We all have like different facial features. We all have all of these things that play a part into makeup. And so I think it's very important, if you are a makeup wearer, to find makeup that truly complements your facial structure and who you are. I feel like every technique is not for us. And it's okay if you try a technique and you realize, I do not like this. Like, there are plenty of ladies, especially for me, I've been on this like TikTok I've been on this TikTok thing where I've been searching like just different makeups to find my signature makeup look now that I've evolved type of thing, because I want to perfect more of a glam look when I need a glam look. I kind of already have my everyday look, down pat. So that's what I've been doing. So don't be afraid to try new techniques. Don't be afraid to like look for people that you want your makeup to kind of look like or mimic, and kind of pick things that they do to help you. And know that you don't have to go and spend a ton of money and have a huge makeup bag. A lot of my makeup items are drugstore products, and I like to mix both. But on the other side of that, I like to choose things that work for me regardless of how much they cost. Like, it doesn't matter. I want products that work for me. And one of the things I can say, as an oily girl, I ran into a lot of just looking oily after I put my makeup on. But I'm grateful. Like, shout out to Danessa Myricks for her Yummy Skin blurring balm. That is like, when I tell you, I've probably went through so many of her containers of that once I discovered it. It took me some time to like try it out, because I'm not really big on just trying products just to try them. But when I tried that, I wish I had tried it sooner, because when I tell you, it is oily girl friendly. It is oily girl friendly. And she also has a transparent one that I like to use when I am wearing like a foundation. So definitely find a makeup style that is your signature makeup, and have one that's more like everyday, and then have one that you kind of want to glam up. And know that makeup, it comes with practice. So practice. Like some days when I want to practice my makeup, I will kind of wear like a I won't say like a full face, but I'll wear more of a covered face when I go to work, because I'm just practicing, if that makes sense. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to find some people that kind of inspire you when it comes to style. Like, look for those people and kind of save like inspiration. Not saying that you have to copy everything they do, but look for people that, if you know you're more of a classy style, a classic timeless style, look for those people on Pinterest and even online, or even like famous people that are like in the fashion industry. Look at them and save inspiration and see how they put things together and try it. I also want you to keep in mind that you don't have to spend a ton of money on clothes and makeup and all of these things. There are so many ways that you can shop on a budget and still look put together, because I do it. I love to thrift. I love to check the clearance rack. I love to wait until things go on sale. I love to plug into like coupon groups that tells me when something's going to go on sale that I want or that I'm looking for. So definitely take those things in mind when you're thinking about building your wardrobe and you're thinking about getting makeup and all of these things. It does not have to be expensive. And for someone that is in the corporate space and the finance space, I'm very big on how I spend my money. It's all in how you put it together is what it is. The other thing I want to share that I think is also very important to invest in some really, really good basics, meaning you need a good basic blazer. You need a good basic bodysuit or white t-shirt, kind of like what I'm wearing today. You need a good pair of jeans. All of those things are going to make your looks come together. And I think it's worth spending the money for those basic items, because you can reuse them over and over again and you will have them for some time. So that is the next tip. The other tip is our nails. Now, your girl right now needs to do some maintenance on our nails, but one thing I want to say is, when in doubt, always go a short to medium length in a neutral color or like a red. I think those things are very important with keeping your look classic, keeping it cohesive, and just bringing the poise to who you are. And honestly, you can just go and get a gel manicure as well, or you can do your manicures at home. But thinking about your nails, always just go for something that's short, that's basic, that's a neutral color. I know that I work heavily with my hands when I'm doing content, when I'm at work. as far as like on the computer. So I like to keep my nails very groomed because it is something that I show often. And I think it's very important. And another tip I want to add in there is make sure you invest in you some cuticle oil, okay? Cuticle oil is so amazing for your nail beds. I actually have one like at my vanity. I have one at my desk here. I also have one at work, and I keep one in my purse. So when you are thinking about moisturizing your hands, put you some cuticle oil and then take your hand moisturizer and put it on. The other tips I want to share is just make sure you are taking care of your body. I think a lot of times when we are thinking about all of these other things, like these additives to add to our body, but we can actually scale back on those things when we take care of our bodies, meaning taking care of our skin, going to the dentist, eating the right foods to support our skin, right? Because whatever we put in our body, it comes back out in some way, whether it's in our hair, whether it's in our skin. And so I also want to stress that is that making sure you are taking care of your body, you're eating whole, nutritious foods, you're limiting processed foods, you're limiting caffeine and alcohol. Those things are definitely going to help how you show up, your confidence level, and how you present yourself. And the last thing I want to share before I go is that I do feel like every lady needs a good lipstick that fits you. I am truly, truly big into red. I've been a red girl since the Lip Bar launched their very first time with the Boss Lady, and she was just starting out. That was my first red that I fell in love with, and that is actually the red I'm wearing today. It's a signature red for me. So I think it is very important to find you a really, really nice lipstick. There's just something about putting a lipstick on, at least for me, that just elevates my look and bring that confidence booster, especially when I'm going to work. So invest in you a really good lipstick that fits you, that you love. I think it will definitely just put the icing on your confidence and on your classiness and just bringing yourself together as you present yourself. And then the last thing I want to share is that you do not have to show up like anybody else, right? I think the most confident woman is the woman that is authentic to who she is, the woman that is true to herself. And so remember that when you are putting your looks together, when you are presenting yourself, to just be confident in what is true to you, because that is where your beauty is going to stand out at. And if we want to take it a little bit deeper on a spiritual level, I feel like God gives us the best glow up ever. I feel like God gives us the best confidence ever. I feel like God allows our beauty to shine from within out. And so make sure you are taking care of your spirit. That is so, so important, because then when you add on the lipstick, when you add on the blazer, when you get the silk press, it just all comes together and you just glow and illuminate whatever space you're in. So those are my tips to look more classy, more poised, and just bringing a little bit of modesty into your presentation. And I take it very, very seriously about just dressing and being appropriate and respecting the environment that you're going into, whether it's work, whether it's showing up for your kids, conferences, whether it's a faith-based conference, whether it's a gala, whatever it is. Be mindful of that dress code and just think about how can you put your little spin on it to make it unique to you. So that's all I have. I can't wait to share more of these videos where I just talk about tips and tricks that I actually love about just womanhood. So we'll see you soon. In the meantime, stay bougie. Bye.